Hello, my name is Fern G. Z. Carr. My website is www.ferngzcarr.com. I'd like to welcome you to my themed poetry readings series. This is Part 5, Bodies. My pensive skeleton friend, I'll call him Yorick, looks completely lost in thought. If I were to hazard a guess, he might be contemplating the word bodies, the subject I'm dealing with in this presentation. Yorick could be conjuring up all kinds of associations with the words body or bodies, i.e., a body of water, a body of knowledge, a body of literature, human bodies of all ages, shapes, and sizes, animal bodies, living beings, deceased beings, and on and on. In this reading, my focus is on the human experience. I've presented 4 scenarios. They deal with the deceased as well as issues faced by the living. Despite the sentiments voiced in each individual poem, my intent is to celebrate what it is to be human. Several years ago, I attended a touring show called Bodies, the Exhibit. It displayed the preserved remains of over 200 human cadavers, both inside and out. Psychologically, it took a bit of getting used to, since these were the bodies of actual people, along with specimens of their body parts, like strands of nerves and ligaments. The cadavers weren't enclosed in display cases either. They were arranged like mannequins in various poses, many with only part of the exterior of their body left, so that you could see their internal organs or musculature. Apparently, the bodies had all their liquid removed and then were subjected to a polymer preservation process. It sounded like something out of the novel Frankenstein, but once you got past that, it was extremely interesting from a scientific and medical perspective. There was some controversy over this show, since a lot of people felt that it was exploitive and disrespectful to the subjects of the display. I do have to say that it was pretty surreal, even though it was quite the opposite, and in fact was very real. So much so that it prompted me to write my poem, Bodies Exhibit. Bodies Exhibit. Black walls, track lighting, spectators milling about, silently, reverently, surrounded by vascular systems preserved in fluid, skeletons, diseased organs, fetuses in jars. Hollowed out corpses in lifelike poses play soccer, hold hands, boast their musculature. A post-mortem artistic rendition of red meat. In a display case, a brain and spinal cord, nerves meticulously laid out, limp, like strands of soggy spaghetti. Nerves that once fired signals were alive, not housed in the polymer preserved cadavers of unclaimed, unidentified indigents. Their anonymous deaths, fodder for our anatomic curiosity. A disquieting reminder that we aren't much more than water and a few dollars worth of chemicals. That we too aren't much more than red meat and spaghetti. I designed my poem, Minuet in General Hospital, to have a dual title. I did that by inserting parentheses after the capital letter G in general and after the letter L in hospital. That allows the reader to see the title as both Minuet in G as well as Minuet in General Hospital. I like this duality since the poem has both medical and musical themes. The poem is based on a true story about the time my husband was in the hospital for kidney stones. I like to tell people that this situation reminds me of another poem I wrote, entitled Kidney Rubies. The premise of that poem was that if you have to go through the excruciating pain of passing a kidney stone, instead of getting a hunk of calcium oxalate in return, you should at least end up with something better, like a diamond, a sapphire, or a ruby. Minuet in General Hospital. Friday night in the emergency room. My husband's moans of pain in the throes of a kidney stone attack. To create some private space, an ER nurse drew a curtain that didn't quite touch the floor, noisily sliding it along a semicircular metal rod. The IV drip was a welcome constant into this sudden disorder into which we were plunged, a ripping away from our usual routine. When the morphine began to take hold, I happened to notice the feet beneath the curtain, the hems of tailored black slacks above matching pantyhose and pumps, standing next to another pair of feet, a black sock on one foot, the other bare. I could hear their unintentionally loud voices, but it was the feet that betrayed their deafness as they glided towards each other every time she spoke in his ear and then moved away when she finished. This lilting dance continued all night, despite the ugly sounds of pain and the nurse's periodic visits. The feet rhythmically swayed back and forth, reassuring in their graceful regularity as they danced a minuet in General Hospital. After having attended an open casket funeral for the first time, I found it to be a bit unsettling. I suppose that particular type of service forces people to not just face the concept of mortality, but to witness it up close. It almost reminded me, and I don't mean any disrespect here, of an accident scene. You tell yourself you don't want to look, but yet your curiosity manages to get the better of you. After the funeral, probably to psychologically process the event, I felt I had to write about it. That was the genesis of Why Are the Dead So Still? Why are the dead so still? Arms crossed, lying motionless in an open casket, he gazes upward through closed eyelids. Maybe if I look hard enough, I'll see him flinch or wriggle his nose at the acrid smell of incense rising from the censer. Holy water sprinkled on his body. It tickles. So why doesn't he laugh? Proudly dressed in his finery, he's unaware of us as we mill past to say our final goodbyes. We stare at his waxen appearance, wondering when our turn will come, and whisper kind comments to which we rudely receive no response. Death is a stubborn master. It compels complete passivity. We are told that he is at peace, that he has attained eternal happiness. Not a physical happiness, surely. He can't even laugh anymore. When the casket is closed and he is laid to rest, he's unable to breathe a sigh of relief, punctuating a lifetime of pain. Because the dead must be still. That is the rule. The tremendous impact teachers have on our lives is truly amazing. Everyone has memories of their school days. Some of these very same memories shape our actions even now. When I was in grade 7, and believe me, that was many, many years ago, my science teacher brought up a subject that really intrigued me. He asked the class to define the color red, Naturally, excited hands waved in the air, eager to answer what they thought was an easy question. All the definitions the students gave, though, weren't definitions. They were only examples of red objects. As much as they tried, no one could articulate the essence of red. Years later, that lesson still resonates with me. It prompted me to wonder how someone with no sight could appreciate the concept of color. That's the premise of A Blind Man Describes Red, a poem I'd like to dedicate to my former science teacher, Mr. Walnick. A blind man describes red. "Teach me red," said the blind man. "Describe red to me." "Certainly. Red is a cherry, a stop sign, ketchup." No, said the blind man. "That is not the essence of red. I will describe red to you. Red is palpable. It's the flush of passion in a lover's breast, the convulsive fury of a charging bull, the bite of jalapeno on the tongue. Red is the fiery radiance of tropical summers, and red is the cosmic life force pumping through us all. That is red. That is the red you do not see. But I do," said the blind man. Acknowledgements and credits. All poems contained herein copyright Fern G. Z. Carr. Minuet in General Hospital, Why Are the Dead So Still, and A Blind Man Describes Red are from my poetry book, Shards of Crystal. Bodies exhibit was first published in Bones 2. Minuet in General Hospital was first published in Jewish Women's Literary Annual. Why Are the Dead So Still was first published in Poetry New Zealand. A Blind Man Describes Red was first published in Caesura. Skeleton photo, courtesy of Matthew Schwartz on Unsplash. Silhouettes photo, courtesy of Mario Perisic on Unsplash. Skull model photo, courtesy of Jesse Orico on Unsplash. Hospital room photo, courtesy of Martha Dominguez de Gouveia on Unsplash. Ward curtains photo, courtesy of Addie Savala on Unsplash. Painting photo, courtesy of Birmingham Museums Trust on Unsplash. Cemetery photo, copyright Fern G. Z. Carr. Lights background photo, courtesy of Sharon McCutcheon on Unsplash. I would also like to thank Canadian Heritage, the Canada Council for the Arts, and the League of Canadian Poets for their support. Je voudrais remercier Patrimoine canadien, le Conseil des arts du Canada et la Ligue des poètes canadiens de leur soutien.